Hi everyone, Nikki here for some more bite-sized blogging tips for bizpreneurs. And this week I'm going to talk to you about blog appeal. How does your blog look? Is it visually attractive? And are you enticing people to read your content? So you've done a great job with your attention-seeking title and readers have clicked through to read your content. But how can you hook your readers to keep them on your page? Because it's so easy for them to say, don't like the look of this, I'm going. So this week's video tutorial is all about how to hook your readers. Let's get started.
So congratulations, your attention-seeking headline has done its thing and people are clicking through to read your content. You've got over one big hurdle, so now you've got to think about the next one. How are you going to hook your readers so that they keep on reading? Let's not forget that appalling statistic that we covered last week, that our attention span is 1% less than a goldfish. So we've really got our work cut out for us. How are we going to stop people from clicking away from our blog as soon as they arrive? So this week is all going to be about the overall structure of your article. Each article should be roughly divided into 6 sections. So number 1 is the title, and that we dealt with that last week. And then number 2 is the lead paragraph. 3 is the image to go with your blog. 4 is the body, the main part of your blog article. 5 is the conclusion, and 6 is your call to action. I've created a graphic for you this week which should hopefully help you to divide each article up into the different sections. So if you click back to my website, you'll be able to download it from there. As well as giving your articles a neat structure, you need to think about if your blog has blog appeal. Because one of the most important aspects to consider is how appealing your blog is to look at. If it's difficult to read, then people are going to bounce straight off. They're going to think, nope, that looks awful, I'm going. So to help you get some blog appeal, there are some basic points to consider. One of them is space or white space. Don't be afraid to leave plenty of it on your blog page for a really uncluttered, fresh kind of look. And images, use between say 1 and 3 just to break up big blocks of text. They're visually appealing and they're highly shareable on social media. And this is what I mean about white space and a sort of uncluttered look. This is Wade Harmon's blog and it's always lovely. The text is clear to read and he only uses his own brand colours. And this is the complete opposite. This is a screenshot that I've taken from a low budget airline. You can see it's really messy. There's too much going on. Some of the text is really too small to read and it just looks messy. So point to note, don't do it like this. Remember that fact I gave you last week that the average person only reads about 20% of the text on a page. So bear that in mind when you're writing. Keep paragraphs short, say between 3 and 4 lines, and divide them into subheadings. And I also mentioned about how I usually scan an article just initially so I can pick out the main points. So make sure you use bullet points or numbered lists to help you do that. You can also draw attention to certain key points by using capital letters, by using the bold or italic font for emphasis. And as a general rule of thumb, I use between 14 and 16 pixels when it comes to text size. And here's a perfect example of all the points I've just been talking about. This is from Andrea Beltrami's website. She's the branded soulpreneur. You can click on this web link here just to take a look. But you can see here she's used a subheading at the top there, followed by a fantastic image, great sized image. And then you have 2 short paragraphs here, which are no more than 3 lines long. And she's summarised some points at the bottom here with a bullet point list. So you have quite a few things to consider when it comes to making your blog look visually appealing. And before you start writing, if we can just recap on a few points from the previous weeks. First of all, you need to keep in mind who you're writing for. So you need to have in mind your buying personas. What is the sort of information they might be looking for from you? Second point is to keep focused and don't stray off point. So I think, for example, I talked about if you're selling shoes, don't start talking about how to grow apples. And lastly, but probably most importantly, remind yourself how your reader is benefiting from reading your article. So if you need any further information, or if you've got any queries about this week's tutorial, just send me an email.
So that is it for week 4 of Bite-Sized Blogging Tips. Next week I'm going to be taking a short break because I've got other exciting plans that I want to do. So I will be back in a fortnight's time. If you want to get in touch with me, or if you have any questions at all about blogging, if there's a specific topic that you want me to cover with you, just get in touch with me. Just send me an email, it won't cost you a penny, or get in touch with me on social media. And don't forget, if you want to use any of the slides in any of these presentations, you can find them over on SlideShare, and I'll give you a link to those in the resources section at the bottom of my blog. So have a great fortnight, and I will see you soon. Bye!